Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by for the Ag Report. The EPA has released an update on its herbicide strategy to meet its obligations under the Endangered Species Act. It has created a lot of uncertainty for farmers who will be required to implement mitigation measures to limit spray drift or runoff. So a bit of a pleasant surprise here that the new requirements may not be as stringent as what the agency earlier proposed. Potential changes to the draft strategy include reducing the need for mitigation in areas with low annual precipitation, increasing runoff mitigation options, and reducing the size of pesticide use limitation areas. Well, the wheat industry is welcoming new funding for food assistance as USDA will invest $1 billion in CCC money to purchase and distribute U.S. wheat and other commodities for international food aid. The National Association of Wheat Growers said the funds will directly benefit wheat farmers and people affected by hunger in several countries. Wheat makes up the largest portion of emergency food assistance in the U.S. Food for Peace office. And Governor Greg Gianforte signed an executive emergency order allowing a 2-week window of reduced hours of service regulations for fertilizer delivery in Montana. The order cites the closing of the Baltimore Harbor, tightened security at the Canadian border, and late winter storms for slowing the supply of fertilizer. The governor's order says further delays could have up to a $400 million impact on Montana's farming industry. The order will expire on April 30th. Well, thanks for joining us this morning. We'll see you back here for the markets.
I represent a lot of what ranchers' wives are, where they marry into the family. Coming into established ranch, the expectations of that is just absolutely overwhelming. You know, there's always stress with all families, but when you're not dealing with the stress outwardly, it will definitely impact everyone inwardly. You may feel alone, but you're not alone.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us back here for the Ag Report. Well, there's a familiar face on the Montana Farm Service Agency State Committee. Last week, USDA appointed Lola Raska of Great Falls to the state committee that's responsible for the oversight of farm programs and county committee operations. Of course, Lola served for nearly 2 decades as executive vice president of the Montana Grain Growers Association. Also appointed to the committee was Tracy Peterson of Fallon. The two join other committee members Jake Merkel of Whitehall, Casey Bailey of Fort Benton, and Chair Ryan Langford of Chinook, who were appointed back in October of 2022. Well, in the Cattle on Feed report, placements were down 12%, but lower marketings ended up forcing inventory up 1%. We'll see how the futures process that information today. Cash trade was steady last week, 183 on the hoof and 292 in the beef. The cow and bull market remains historically high, and it is bringing a lot of culls to town, but creating a bigger price spread. At Billings Live, the bulk of the cows sold from 125 to 130 and bulls from 140 to 152. Not much of a test of the lamb market lately. We do have a sale today at Pace, and in Newell we saw the ewes down 5 to 10, ranging 51 to 79. Geopolitical concerns with Israel's limited attack on Iran supported the grain market. There's some concern for wheat crops overseas, but in the U.S. the forecast looks fairly favorable for winter wheat development and spring wheat planting. Well, that's going to do it for today's report. Thanks for joining us and have a great week.